my friends, MagicBrad from SynergyCafe and the Synergy Collaborative, and I have a guest on here, and I want to introduce you to Alex Yong. Yeah, Alex, you there?
Hey, Brad. Thanks for having me here. Hi,
Is that a new
everyone.
microphone?
It's fairly new. Someone gave it to me as a gift for, well, this was a while back, and I just never knew how to set it up. And I finally decided to tinker, and now I wish that I had tinkered with it sooner because it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. So, Alex, I do these things kind of fast so we don't take people's valuable time because time is, you can't get that back. So I do them kind of quick. And basically, it's just who are you, what do you do, and then we get into how people can get a hold of you. So the first thing is, who are you? Are you married? You got kids? Where do you live? Who's Alex?
I'm Alex Young. Social Alex is my nickname because my site is socialalex.com. I am a journalist and a columnist based in New York City. The main publication I write for is based in Eastern Ohio. And I am happily single. And I have lived in New York for many decades. I came here when I was a little baby at 3 years old. And so I consider myself one of those quote unquote native New Yorkers. And my beat is, when I'm not a columnist, my beat is Android and unveilings and software as a service. And when I am a columnist, the beat is live streaming influencers, live streaming platforms, everything in the live streaming cosmos.
So do you live right in New York City or?
Yes, I live in New York City, the epicenter, Manhattan. I used to live in Brooklyn. That's where I grew up.
Okay, I took a trip there over the holidays once, and I'm amazed at how many people are there and how concentrated it all is. And when I got back to Minneapolis, the skyline looked so small. I said, Minneapolis is the mini Apple. That's what they call it.
While you were here, did you do a lot of this, like looking up at the tall buildings?
Did some of that. I went to the Empire State Building and looked out over like Central Park, and I was amazed at how far away it was and how little it looked. And then I started counting the blocks, and it's huge. It's kind of amazing, the stuff there, and the craziness and the subways and all that kind of stuff. But you live in an interesting part of town, that's for sure. So you do writing. What kind of writing? Technical writing or stories, or what kind of writing do you do?
Well, when I do interviews, it's sort of Charlie Rose style interviews, and so I sort of
Charlie Rose.
consider myself Charlie Rose, the guy on PBS who does interviews with like just anybody, anybody and everybody, but people who are well known, like actresses, and but he sort of runs the gamut. It's not just Hollywood people that he interviews. His last name is Rose, like the flower, Rose. And so I fancy myself something of a Charlie Rose. But when I do the writing, it's just very simple Q&A. And when I do the reporting, it's who, what, when, where, why, and sometimes how, but usually just the five W's.
I saw a video you did with, it was an athlete, and he's got some headphones or something that he uses for running or something that he's marketing. So you do that kind of stuff? You interview people that are launching products and things?
Yes, and that's where live streaming sort of helps, because a lot of products that want media coverage, they're not newsworthy enough to warrant a long form article. And so if the company and the PR agency is willing to just do a very short live stream, and they want to come to me because I don't like to travel, if they want to come to me, then it's fine, because it creates a nice little situation where everybody's happy, and I don't have to write some long form article to something that's not even newsworthy. And so it's just this wonderful solution that just came out of the blue for a lot of different parties. For me, for PR, for startups, it's just a really nice stroke of luck.
That makes sense. It's almost like a micro or a speed interviewing kind of thing, because that's what I do with these. I try and keep them small so people can kind of just get a taste of what's going on rather than a big, long, drawn-out thing they got to watch.
It's a great idea.
You you have anything coming up that you're like any projects you're working on or anything you want to share?
Yes, I'm filling up the pipeline for the 2016 installments of the column right now. February and anything after February 2016 is open. So if you consider yourself a live stream influencer, send me an email at alex.yong.nyc@gmail.com, and we'll get to know each other and take it from there. But right now, there's nothing available before February of 2016.
Well, that's kind of interesting that it's out so far that you got to kind of get in line. So it sounds like if you got something to get out, you better get in line soon, right?
Yes, it debuted on Sunday and it already has 507 shares. And the address, if you want to visit the column, is www.socialalex.com, and it'll just redirect to my employer's domain, which is a 12-year-old site. You know, they're based in Eastern Ohio, and they actually teamed up with the right SEO people back in 2003, and now they're really successful. They're SEO to high heaven, and they have 125,000 RSS subscribers, and I could just go on and on. They just really hit the jackpot with meeting the right people when they were in the growth phase.
Well, you must have read my mind because that was my final question. I was going to ask you your website to be able to read. So it's socialalex.com?
.com, yes.
Okay, good to know. Socialalex.com. Well, Alex, appreciate you taking the time. And if you want to hang on after this, we'll talk about some other things because there's some of the stuff that's happening with this live streaming and all that that's kind of taking the social media industry by storm. So appreciate you taking the time.
Great.
And appreciate you watching. And thank you, Alex, for sharing your writing capabilities. Peace.
Thank you, Brad.